The Maryland Department of Health Developmental Disabilities Administration Self-Directed Services Training Series, Module 12, Electronic Visit Verification. Updated October 2024. This training module will provide you with an overview of electronic visit verification requirements in self-directed services. This training is a summary with important information on this topic. More information and requirements are found in the Medicaid Waiver Program applications, laws, regulations, guidance, and policies. The most updated information regarding self-directed services is published in the Self-Directed Services Policy and Manual that can be found on the DDA's website. Electronic visit verification is the technology that electronically verifies that services are delivered at the right time, in the right place, to the right person. Under the Maryland Department of Health's DDA-operated Medicaid waiver programs, electronic visit verification is required for both service delivery models for personal supports and respite care services. The 21st Century Cures Act was signed into federal law in December 2016. It requires that Maryland use electronic visit verification to verify the type of service performed and the person receiving the service, the date of the service, the location of the service, the individual providing the service, and the time the service begins and ends. Electronic visit verification became required for participants self-directing their services on January 1st, 2023. There are several benefits to electronic visit verification. It helps ensure the participant is receiving authorized services. It makes employees' activities transparent and measurable. It improves the quality of services, and it allows participants to view their service information online. Several other benefits to electronic visit verification include that it makes submitting timesheets and reviewing them easier for employees and employers. It provides records when employees start and stop working. It reduces billing and payroll errors. It helps prevent fraud, and it helps participants be good stewards of public funds. All direct support professionals who provide personal supports enhanced, and respite care services must use electronic visit verification, including family members who are hired as employees, other hired employees, and vendors and providers. Electronic visit verification requires the employee, vendor, and DDA provider to clock in and out of each shift in real time. Electronic visit verification is carried out using the electronic visit verification system of the participant's chosen financial management and counseling services provider, such as a phone or tablet application. Participants, as the employer, must make sure that all personal supports and respite employees, vendors, and DDA providers use the electronic visit verification system of their financial management and counseling services provider. Each financial management and counseling services provider has a different electronic visit verification system to support the participants they serve. The financial management and counseling services provider will work with the participant and their employees, vendors, and providers to ensure all employers and direct support professionals have a way to log into the electronic visit verification system and know how to use the electronic visit verification system. As mentioned in an earlier slide, electronic visit verification requires Personal Supports Enhanced, and Respite Care Services employees, vendors, and DDA providers to clock in and out of each shift in real time. A service modification occurs anytime a service needs to be manually entered, edited, or voided in the financial management and counseling service provider's billing system. A modification can be submitted as a new service, as an edit to an existing service, or as an edit to a service with an associated claim. If a direct support professional is unable to clock in or out of a shift, they may manually enter the time or edit it after the shift is over. This edit is called a missing time request. A missing time request modification can be submitted as a new service, as an edit to an existing service, or as an edit to a service with an associated claim. All service modifications must reflect the exact date, time, and reason for the modification. If a direct support professional does not use the Financial Management and Counseling Services electronic visit verification system to clock in or clock out of their shift, they must submit a missing time request by manual entry. A missing time request manual entry is when a direct support professional, the participant, or designated representative on the participant's behalf edits the clock in or clock out time of a direct support professional after their shift has been completed. Here is an example of a missing time request manual entry. A personal support direct support professional works from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday. The employee forgot to clock in when they arrived at work and clocked in at 9 a.m. when they remembered. The employee clocks out at 4 p.m., ending their shift. The employee later edits the clock in time from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. when the employee began working. Electronic visit verification noncompliance. Missing time request for Personal Supports Enhanced, and Respite Care Services that do not meet the electronic visit verification requirements are considered noncompliant. The department allows each direct support professional up to 6 unexcused missing time requests, manual time edits or changes per month. Unexcused means the direct support professional did not clock in or clock out due to a failure of the direct support professional or their agency was researched and found unverifiable or inaccurate. Unexcused time edits or changes are counted for each missed time. For example, a missed clock in is 1 missing time request. A missed clock out is 1 missing time request. And a missed clock in and clock out are 2 missing time requests. An occurrence of noncompliance happens when a direct support professional has more than 6 unexcused missing time requests in 1 month. Corrective action takes place when a participant has an occurrence of noncompliance. For the first occurrence, the financial management and counseling services provider will send an email and a letter to the participant to alert of the occurrence and corrective action required. The corrective action will be that the financial management and counseling services provider's electronic visit verification web-based training for the participant and identified direct support professionals. The financial management and counseling services provider will include the coordinator of community services, support broker, and regional office self-directed services lead on the letter. For the second occurrence of noncompliance, the financial management and counseling service provider will call the participant to inform them of the second noncompliance occurrence. They will send a letter and an email to the participant to alert of the occurrence and corrective action required. The corrective action required is online or in-person electronic visit verification retraining for the participant and identified direct support professionals. The financial management and counseling services provider will include the coordinator of community services, support broker, and regional office self-directed services lead on the letter. For the third occurrence of noncompliance, the financial management and counseling services provider will alert the participant's coordinator of community services via email to notify them of the third occurrence. Send an email and a letter to the participant to alert of the occurrence and corrective action required. The corrective action required is a plan of correction. The participant, with the support of their team, will develop a written plan of correction. The financial management and counseling services provider will include the coordinator of community services, the support broker, the self-directed services lead on the letter. Consistent electronic visit verification noncompliance can result in removal from the self-directed services model. Plan of correction. If the participant is noncompliant with electronic visit verification for a third month, a plan of correction is required. Within 7 days of receiving the third occurrence, notice from the financial management and counseling services provider, the coordinator of community services will call a team meeting to develop the plan of correction. The plan of correction must be written by the participant, legal guardian, and any other team member the participant chooses, and include action steps, timelines, and monitoring plans to make sure direct support professionals are in compliance. Writing the plan of correction. The plan of correction must include a list of all employees who have more than 6 missing time requests in any month, leading to the notice of noncompliance. A plan for training employees who have more than 6 missing time requests in the previous month. Personnel actions as applicable for employees. Considering personnel actions. Participants, as the employer of record, can consider personnel actions to encourage employees to meet the electronic visit verification requirements and disciplinary actions for noncompliance, such as giving raises to employees who demonstrate improvement with using the electronic visit verification system well, putting employees who are not using electronic visit verification system well on unpaid leave, and terminating employees who are not consistent about using the electronic visit verification system. The department will make exceptions to electronic visit verification based on extenuating circumstances. The department will support cultural and religious exceptions regarding the use of technology. The employer should alert the financial management and counseling services provider of the specific cultural or religious exception requested. For example, Saturdays from sunup to sundown, the use of technology is prohibited for me. The missing time request submitted should note the exception. The department also allows participants to request an electronic visit verification exception for live-in caregivers. Participants may request their live-in caregivers to be exempt from the electronic visit verification requirements. Participants interested in seeking an electronic visit verification exception for their live-in caregiver will inform their coordinator of community services. A live-in caregiver is an individual who lives with and provides paid direct care supports to a participant. The coordinator of community services will work with the participant and their team to obtain and electronically submit the DDA Electronic Visit Verification Live-in Caregiver Exception Request, the attestation form, and 2 residency verification documents. These requests are reviewed by the DDA's Electronic Visit Verification team. Approvals are made for up to 1 year. This slide includes useful resources. Summary. The Federal 21st Century Cures Act requires electronic visit verification. Electronic visit verification is the technology that verifies that services are delivered at the right time, in the right place, to the right person. Electronic visit verification is required for personal supports enhanced, and respite care services. Electronic visit verification helps ensure the participant is receiving authorized services. Missing time requests are when a direct support professional does not clock in or out in real time. To complete the time entry, someone has to enter the time later. Electronic visit verification compliance is when a participant has 6 or fewer total missing time requests per direct support professional per month. Electronic visit verification non-compliance is when a participant has a direct support professional with 7 or more missing time requests in a month. Corrective actions are required for electronic visit verification noncompliance. Consistent electronic visit verification noncompliance could result in removal from the self-directed services model. This ends Module 12.